This is the porch light. It doesn't work.
Welcome to the orchard. This was a gift from my housemate student. It's held up by thumbtacks. This is a coat closet. But we just put up the curtain. It's a shower curtain. But I think it works pretty nicely and conceals all of the jackets and also cleaning supplies. The most important thing about the kitchen is that it has 5 coffee makers in it, which is more than we have people. Also, one of the people doesn't drink coffee. And this is the wine refrigerator and coffee and ice cream freezer. And that's all it has in it.
See, I write songs and Megan writes songs.
Mostly I write poetry. Marissa writes more songs than I do.
And so we decided to write a song about a refrigerator. Refrigerator, why hast thou forsaken thee?
We also have a song that we're working on about Windex. And its various uses. So there's the Windex and all the other cleaning supplies. This is the basement. It has a lot of crap in it, as basements do. But you know, on the East Coast, we have a lot of basements in general. I've only ever seen basements in the northern part of the East Coast, kind of like New York, New Jersey area. We find that they're very useful for storing a lot of unnecessary crap. We call this place the Orchard because when we got here, there was a lot of apple-themed paraphernalia. So there's a dead fish with miscellaneous fruit picture that was on the wall above the door. There's a mailbox thing with an apple on it. There were a couple pictures in the kitchen. There's a placemat. We have some placemats with apples on them. You know, our nice little tea canisters. I really like them, but we keep them turned around at all times.
So this portrait is over our kitchen table, and it was painted by my housemate Alex's dad. He also painted another portrait in the house, which we just hung in the stairwell.
This is the bathroom. This chair is always here. The reason it's always here is because our shelves are very tall and they're very useful, but mine's the third one, and I can't reach it. You can tell that it is my shelf not only by the large amount of jars, but because this is 36 different spices in mason jars. That's not all of the spices that we also have this. There's also something on the side of the oven because I like to make food a lot. This is more for Tony. This is a really, really great coffee grinder. It has all these different settings. This one's really good for French press setting for the particular coffee that I like, but if you want Turkish coffee, you should really grind it to this setting. But we don't need to use it because I already have coffee of this grind in the freezer where it's being kept fresh, just like your coffee is in your freezer being kept fresh. So I'm going to turn it back here so that I don't forget in the morning. So my primary mode of transport is my bicycle, and so I bought this from a friend of mine, and here is the headlight that I told you I did finally install so I don't fall off it and you know, endangered by cars. Again. So it's really important for me to name my bicycle, but I'm not very creative with names, so I always just name it whatever's on the bar of the bicycle. So this one has a name, and it lives by this piano light that needs a new light bulb. And this box that I haven't moved it for like 3 months. It's a Golansky Institute DVD duplicator.
So now we're walking up the stairs, and this is a portrait that we have just hung like 15 minutes ago of a piano and a bowl of apples. But the apples, we think they actually look like boobs. Boobs!
This is the second floor. This is a bathroom. We're working on it. It has a clawfoot tub, which is exciting, even though no one actually, I don't think anyone's used it for the purpose of taking a bath, but we have one and we think it's cool.
Comfort will rest on my shoulder. Now bury my future behind.
Boobs!
These are various rooms of people that I don't think are home. This is Will's room. This is Alex's room. That's Miguel's room. And none of them are home right now. Will is from the Boston area. Alex is from Long Island. And Miguel and I were actually neighbors when he lived in North Bergen, and I lived in Jersey City, which is also part of it's part of Bergen County. It's a little bit it's like 2 towns over from North Bergen, but not really. They're all on the same number of streets. Jersey City is right below First Street. North Bergen is like around the 80s, so we lived very, very close to one another and had no idea. This is my bedroom. Actually, this is the mirror where I practice conducting. And goal. So that is the daybed that Adrian was trying to get rid of, which fits really quite perfectly in that space. And I write a lot of poetry on it now, which is good. And on the left of it, there's this is a closet thing. I don't really have a closet, so I just sort of throw clothing and shoes in there. And there's some organ shoes in there and some scarves and other such things. But clothing isn't there, and I have a desk, but desks are weird because this is like slanted wall room. I don't really have any vertical wall space, which is why my bed is in a little holder, which I really like because it's nice and cozy, and this is my vertical wall space. So I built a desk because that was really the only option for using this space and getting to still see the really awesome random brick column that isn't a chimney at all, but kind of looks like it should be. And this is a futon that could be a reading nook. Eventually, I'm going to put a bookshelf by... And I'm going to do that also with the other side of the room that currently has mostly crap and some books, and really not even close to all of the books that I own. And this is a music stand, which has upside down music, more upside down music, a baton, and a goal. And a couple of tuning forks. Unlike Marissa, my pitch is not totally reliable all the time. I can't necessarily sing an A440. Or a Monteverdi A, and a go. Or a Baroque A, and a go. So I use this instead. This is more books, mostly hymnals, and theology things and some poetry stuff, because that is what I find I need most for my work. And also on the desk, there's an image that you might recognize that I showed you before. There's also another image that you might not recognize. Except for from my phone that one time, the other day, like last week, when we took a selfie. There's one, and then I put it in my clock. In the place with all of the Mahler. That is a painting that Tara made, and then she gave me, which was pretty fortunate because I really like it and it really kind of goes with everything and it just sort of makes me feel, you know, like it's supposed to be there. And that is a cross that belonged to my grandfather on my mom's side, and that was given to me by my academic advisor in high school, who's from Nepal, because there's a particular figure in Hinduism, there are two actually, that I really find that I identify with, and so she remembered that, and so she brought that back for me from Nepal, which I thought was really cool. There are more pictures. Oh look, there's another one of you. You kind of live in a box in my room. Not that I'm boxing you in or anything. So Drummond and Cymbal fell off the cliff. There's a guitar behind there. I don't play the guitar very well, but I have one because, I'm a musician. And I think most of us at some point end up owning a guitar even if we don't actually play it that well. But I have one. There's supposed to be one more. Oops. But it broke when we were taking something upstairs. But there's going to be one more eventually when I replace the frame.